takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's the last goodbye they remember you for. They're calling your name, go and take what's yours. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk? Woohoo! Hello! It's Monday! I've got my going out tonight togs on. Bit of business networking. Haven't done it for a long time. I was never a fan, even when I did used to do it. And what I always found was that you'd like sidle up. You get the courage to sidle up and say, hello, what's your name? And then they would then proceed to tell you for the next 25 minutes their name, their occupation, their shoe size, their birthday, what their granddad did in the war, and they weren't interested in you at all. So I just kind of didn't bother, but got to do it anyway. As it happens, look at this. Did you see that? That was a birthday present from my business partner. How cool is that? So I took the opportunity to make some changes, which you probably can't see because it's got the cloud thing going on over the top. But I've got rid of the unit that was there. It's just like one shelf now with some plants and the thing going on, and it's a thing of beauty. Hope you guys are well. I had a fantastic birthday. I genuinely did. I had such a nice time. Really enjoyed myself, and it was interesting because we weren't really sure what to do, but it was lovely. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So who's in the hoose? Tracy's closer with an asterisk. The amount of people that say asterisks, it's asterisk. Rouster, how you going, Adam? No, I know I dropped into a later conversation. I was looking at it on YouTube, but it always comes in at the point I go live, so we miss stuff. But it was all about where he lives and whoever it was talking to. Tracy, I think. Hello, Phipps. Hey, Phipps. The vet is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. VCG. Just to let you guys know. I don't know why. Anyway, the wheel is working for YouTube, but it still isn't working on Twitch. I reset it and everything, but because I've been spending the last couple of days getting my PC back after doing the right thing in rebuilding it, it's been running a treat ever since. I haven't had a chance to look at it, so apologies. Just go with YouTube. It'll be absolutely fine. Ray, how are you, my friend? Ray's in the house. Well, awesome fellow that he is. Northern New York State got that bad storm. Oh, we're up for snow tomorrow, apparently. But I have to let you know that English snow, well, southwest English snow is like that thick. It's like you've got more chance of slipping up than anything else. So it looks pretty, but it comes and goes in a day. It's here, it's gone. I should be bringing you lovely folk up onto the chat. There we go. There we are. Vet saying, hey Ray, hey Rouster, good man. Eddie's in the house. How are you, Eddie? Lovely tweet earlier, my friend. It meant a lot to me. Thank you. Oh no, I've just knocked orange squash everywhere. Now, in America, Eddie, they won't have a clue what you're talking about because they don't have squash in America. Not the squash that we know. I've had this conversation with them before. They do recognise the term cordial, but they struggle to find that as well. So I just say it's flavoured water. That seems to they seem to get that, bless them. Tracy, as we like to say in New York, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. Or in some case, all you have to do is cross the street, lols. Yeah. Who else says that? If you don't like the weather, wait a minute and it might be England. I mean, we have the weirdest weather going on. That's the weird weather I only know from islands. Yeah. That's what we get. It's what we get on Angleterre. A PC game Steam code. Oh, there's Streamlabs, ladies and gentlemen, telling you that there is indeed a PC game to be won. Yeah, I was thinking earlier. It's really weird, but it is completely random. But there are some people that seem to win more than others, and some have never won. So what I might do at some point is just do a kind of a tally on who has never won a prize, and I might just kind of do a small draw for those folk. Maybe separate. I don't know. I'm just all about fairness. I just kind of what I'm all about, I suppose. Rouster, they said it was going to be bad, but it didn't last too long. Oh, by the way, this afternoon, I've been out gathering footage for a Rokk Around the Block. I went to Buckfast Abbey, which is a 1,000-year-old monastery with Benedictine monks and everything. It's brilliant, and it was amazing, and it was gorgeous weather. I filmed for a good hour, so I'm going to edit that and I'll put that out. The only problem is I was quite annoyed. For Christmas, I asked for a couple of little kind of lens caps that go over the lens to protect it. And it was only after I'd been filming for a while that I realised there was condensation inside. So there's like a bit of fogginess. So it's bound to be on the film. The only good news is, of course, it's 360. I think it was only on one lens. So if it's a bit foggy on one lens, you can flip it round and avoid it. But I was so annoyed. And then I went to this lovely little Devon village to film, and I ran out of battery. So, but it's nowhere near as bad as poor CGD Lee, who had his wheels stolen from his van, bless him. What are people like? Poor sausage. Everyone's getting in on the YouTube. Well done, guys. Get them in. I say all. How many we got over here? William's in. Eddie's in. Tracy's in. OG Phipps and Phipps. So he's in with his 2 accounts, and Rouster. I'm so annoyed that Twitch doesn't work. But you can watch the show there if you want to. With my neon controller. How cool is that? Right, who else we got going on? Oh, Ray's in now. It's good. Hey, good afternoon. It's William. Hello, my friend. Hey, SPG. I really like this song. I'm not sure which one it was. That was at 5:07, so that was about 7 minutes ago. Let me see if I can find it. Probably be, let me see, it would be BG Music Quiet. I can actually see, what was playing. Hang on 1 second. Let me, interact. Let me have a look. So 7 minutes ago, what are we playing right now? We're on Higher Peaks by Houseman and Lumin Synth. This one lasts for 5 minutes. It's been kicking along now for a couple of minutes. So before this one was All We Needed by Kate Coven. Coven does amazing. Coven does Lions, which I love. And Lions VIP, which I think is the track that's been released. You can hear it on Spotify. So it was probably that one, Tracy. It was probably All We Needed. I'll put it back on and see if it was, and you can tell me. Then again, it could be Moment, because that's a good one as well. Moment is... Let's try Moment, and we'll come backwards. Here we go. We'll try this one. No, it couldn't have been that one, could it? Because that was before we went live. It's all right. We'll leave it on anyway. This is my moment. There we go. We're getting into all these tracks. You guys are recognising them now. Awesome, Rokk. It looks brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? And, you can't really see all of this side that's going on. I've got all nice stuff over there as well, which looks really good. Ant, how are you, dude? My brother, how are you doing? Mate, I'm doing all right. I had a fantastic birthday on Saturday. And then we went to a place called Plymouth, which is, it's famous, of course, because it's where the Mayflower finally set off from England to, I think, Jamestown, Virginia. But it certainly didn't start at Plymouth. I think it started up around East Anglia. Most of the people that it picked up were from Somerset and East Anglia on that side, which is why I got annoyed. There was a show on not so long ago called Jamestown, which started off quite well, season 1. Season 2, they started making it all about witches and stuff, and all the actors had Manchester accents. And yet none of them, there's about, I think, 3 people on the entire Mayflower were from the north of England. The rest of them were all from rural southwest or southeast. So yeah, anyway, it sailed from Plymouth 400 years ago, 600 years ago. I think it was 600 years ago. Anyway, it was about then. So I went down there, and in fact, I showed somebody who was with us there's like a memorial with a big American flag and all sorts of stuff. And the American ambassador comes like once a year, you know, whenever, puts down some flowers, and it's lovely. Showed him that one. And we went to an aquarium, a huge aquarium with giant sharks and jellyfish and stuff. That was lovely. And then we played indoor golf. That was a chuckle. And finished it all up with an amazing meal at an old English pub. Lovely. Lovely weekend. Squash, Eddie. Squash, cordial or flavoured water. If you don't clean it up, it's sticky as hell. Too much in there, mate. That's your problem. Too much. You want a tiny amount. And you've got a ticket as well. That's good. Johnny Robot's in with the tickets. Good to see you. Give it a shuffle. No, I do. I shuffle it every time, mate. I don't understand, but I do. It's weird, though. I don't know how it does it. I read up on the outfit that provides it. It's actually one for schools that I use. And they talk about the algorithm and this kind of random algorithm that they use. And apparently it runs for a minute and then it applies a random thing and whatever. But I shuffle it. I don't understand it. I'll give it 5 shuffles, okay? We'll do 5 shuffles. The 5-fingered shuffle. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do today. But YouTube has better res, doesn't it? No. The reason, yes, you are right, Fibs, but only because I am exporting out, streaming at 1440. So yes, technically it does. However, if I was to go out at 1080, Twitch would look nicer. It's just the way they handle things. But no, I tend to go out at 1440. So yeah, Twitch. I only really put Twitch up because some people don't have a YouTube account. They're not interested in YouTube. And they get notified that I'm live on Twitch. But also, when it was working, we could also get the thing going on there. I'll look into that. I'll find out what's going on. Vet says, I've been to Jamestown. Oh, there you go, in Virginia. I went there on a field trip. Yeah, I'd love to go there. That's definitely on my list. Definitely on my bucket list. So yeah, they made a series all about Jamestown. Of course, it's fascinating history. You know, how the local Indians helped them survive, and then they helped the local Indians to defeat a tribe that was attacking them, and that's where Thanksgiving comes from, because they had a meal to say thank you to the and all that stuff. But yeah, I'd love to go there. But of course, the first bunch all died off, all bar a couple, and they kept coming. And the reason they kept coming, of course, was for the tobacco industry. It was all funded by tradespeople. They were paying folk to go and live there, and then they sent out bucket loads of women to marry them and set families. Very, very weird setup. It really was. But all to do with money, tobacco, and then of course they said, why are we bothering to pluck our own tobacco leaves when we can bring a couple of Africans up? And then that industry started. Largest commercial slave traders in history was my royal family, believe it or not. That's absolutely true. If you want to go and Google it, you don't hear them saying sorry too many times, do you? What up, Rokk? How's it going, Chariot dude? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you had a good weekend. I certainly did. I had a cracking weekend. Hey, Multigamer201, how are you? Good to see you. And you've got in with your YouTube, well done, in with your exclamation. I was in Jamestown this past August. There you go. I think it's pretty much a mecca, isn't it? If you're down in that part of the world, you kind of got to visit. Do they limit the amount of people that can go into the reconstruction part? Because obviously, until fairly recently, there was nothing there. You know, they had to excavate it all up, and then they built reconstruction houses, and then folk wandering around in, period costumes and stuff. We have a place like that near me. It's called Morwellham Quay, spelt Morwellham. And it's an old tin mine, I believe. I think it's an old tin mine. It's just on the Cornish-English Devon border. And they have like all the old Victorian buildings, the school building and the chapel and the houses, and they've kind of reconstructed them. People walking around in the old Victorian costume, and you can go down into the mine on an old train, one of those little train cart things, and brilliant, love it, I love all that. You know, that real, when they try and bring history to life. Fantastic. Hey Dre, how are you doing, buddy? What's the film called? Mike Bassett, England Manager. Have you ever seen that one, Dre? It's ridiculous. It's a mock-umentary. It's quite funny. You're not going to split your sides over it, but it's worth watching. It's quite funny. Has a good dig at English football. Watched it last night. I've seen it before. Watched it with the chap who's staying with us. It was hilarious. It's really good. I'm doing good, Rokk. How have you been? Yeah, good, my friend. Had a really lovely birthday weekend. Really lovely. Really, really nice. What did I have presents? Well, I had my Neon controller from my business partner. Wife bought me a huge, massive, like massage thing that you can use for your shoulder and stuff. I got this shirt from my wife as well. What else? Oh, my kids bought me a thing that I'd actually asked for, which you plug into your cigar lighter in a car, and it has the actual socket for a plug, so you can plug in your laptop and stuff on a journey. Worked really well. That was good. And I got loads of money, so I bought a case for my new MacBook and a skin thing for it. So nice, very happy. Oh, my brother bought me a really lovely Hollister top. Hollister is Abercrombie and Fitch in the States. They may have Hollister as a brand over there as well, but I know it's largely known as Abercrombie and Fitch over there. I know these things, you see. I'm a good old translator. Hey, did you watch The Last of Us? Don't say anything. It came because it was simultaneously broadcast here with you guys. It was evening for you. It was 2 a.m. for us, so I haven't seen it yet. But I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, but because I'm going out straight after this show, I'm wolfing down a plate of veg straight after this show, and then I'm heading out for this networking do. So I will watch it later, though. Yes, looking forward to it. I hope it was good. I cannot imagine if Sony and Gorilla had any level of say so on the quality and the final cut. I can't imagine it can be anything other than awesome. So looking forward to that. I'm just a little disappointed with the 2 key characters from what I've seen. I know the dude from Mandalorian is a lot of doofer. But I just kind of feel they didn't go for the looks, but that's kind of irrelevant, really, I suppose. What's this? Wow, Rokk, you received a lot of primo loot on. Oh, primo loot. I thought you meant as in Primo the streamer. I did well. I did absolutely well. Do you know what? I must have had about well over $100 in cash, Amazon vouchers and stuff. About $150. And then, just lots of lovely prezzies and cards. My daughter, bless her, she had a card printed of a photo of me and her, which I want to put up in here. I'm going to get it framed and put up in here. It was lovely. But yeah, I'm blessed with an amazing family, people. Absolutely. Absolutely blessed. But thank you, PyCon. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. So listen, I've got a problem. Well, it's not really a problem. I can't do Larry the laptop at the moment. It's they updated OBS and the plugin doesn't work. So I've had to create a kind of Larry's on holiday page with some news and stuff. But it's all good. It's all right. I haven't had, because I've been busy all day, I've not had much of a chance either to check out the news. But we'll check it out together. It'll be all right, won't it? We'll do it together. So let's pop across anyway. Hey, Nerds World, good to see you. Rokk Show in chat. Yeah, everybody's... Oh, awesome avatar, my friend. Everybody is... Tickety-boo is a horrible phrase. I know that. I don't even know why I said that. You can't see this, but up on the top of the shelf, I've got my Founders Stadia and my Wasabi. I forgot the name. Because I'm excited. They're going to make it all Bluetoothy again, aren't they? Not sure if we ever covered that. But we will, because it's over on the news. So, cloud dosage. Let me just, before we go over to cloud dosage, I just want to make sure there's anything else here worth bothering with. R.I.P. I did make me chuckle, I have to say. It's a bit rude, but I saw somebody... Oh, where's the news gone? It just changed. That's not the news that's not the droid you're looking for. What the hell? Oh, it's all changed. Oh, well. Yeah. Somebody on one of the news feeds that I get said, Stadia says thank you to its audience with Bluetooth-enabled feature and a crap Worms game. It did make me chuckle. I was going to tweet out that finally the game that SG&E had been working on is released, Worms. But, it's easy to be facetious. Facetious is easy, I say. Let's get ourselves down to news simple, as I've called it. Hang on. Here we are. So, hello. I'm down here in the circle. The circle of life. Let me get rid of that. We get a full screen going on, and I'll whip it up in the air as well. Make it all big and lovely for you. That button. Right. So what do we got? What's the first thing cloud game? Cloud gaming news covered. That's just a thing. We'll go to this one first. I might have to move myself over because I'm kind of in the wrong spot, aren't I? Woo, boing, boing. There you go. I'll sit over here for now. So the news, according to rumour. We've covered this stuff off on Rokk Show and Rokk Players, but I don't know that I covered a lot of it off on Cloud last week. We didn't do a lot of news. Let me just check as well that I've got the chat working in my little circle. Let's go, hey, night, hi. Yeah, there it is. Woohoo! Miss T22, how are you? Doing okay today. I hope the same for you. Bless you. Hey, look at this. Primo's on his plane for Las Vegas. That's a work thing, isn't it, Primo? Never been. And unless I had to go for a conference, something, it's not something that interests me. I've got to be honest with you. But it's amazing. Well, yeah, in the sense that everything is geared to you spending money, and I am not a consumer. I am the furthest thing. It doesn't excite me at all. And I don't gamble. I've never put money on anything in my life, ever. Apart from the national lottery and all that kind of stuff, which I guess is gambling to a degree, but the money goes to good causes and profits. Yes, the SHOT Show, gun stuff, America. Righty. So here we go. Rumour: PlayStation 5 cloud game streaming incoming. And then Cloud Dosage say they don't normally do a lot of coverage of PlayStation Plus. I don't think Sony help themselves. I've said this before. They really make it tough for you to... They don't make a big song and dance about the games that have gone to cloud. You kind of have to watch other people and their streams to work it all out. So, however, if recent rumours are true, as published by InsideGaming.com, the PlayStation 5 and its game catalogue could be getting some enhanced cloud gaming support with an upcoming 7.0 software update. I think software or firmware, yeah. So I won't read the whole thing. Basically, there's a big update for the PlayStation operating system coming up. They don't do them very often. There's only 2-3 a year, and they tend to do a massive update with a load of features when they do. Now, there are obviously betas and alphas, so some of that functionality gets leaked. And they've made big sort of thing about integration with Discord, which doesn't interest me in the slightest, quite honestly. But more recently, they've been talking about a PS5 streaming update. So at the moment, all of their streaming is happening on PS4s or older. Problem with PS5 is that it doesn't run the older games, so you can only really run them via cloud, I think. I stand to be corrected, but I think that's the case. I know Ant's straight out the gate there with his thoughts. So the idea is that you will now get newer games go to cloud, whereas prior to this, although some of the titles have been relatively new titles, they've been the PS4 versions, i.e. no ray tracing and a bit slower to load in and everything else. So you're going to see that. I don't think for 1 minute it means day and date, sadly, because I think they need to look at doing something along those lines. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but it's certainly an update or an upgrade to their streaming tech, so it'll be more PS5 based, which, nice, I guess. So Sony just put out an epic 2-minute trailer about games coming to the platform. They should do a video about their PlayStation Plus and all the tiers. They should, mate. You're right. It's complicated. It really is. Every time I've ever had to cover it, I've had to go back and research it again. They've got to be costing them money. I don't know what idiot thought it would be the right thing to do. And ultimately, I bet they're not making much. If you think about the price before, they kind of split it, which means they're going to get a percentage paying a little bit more and a percentage paying a little bit less, which means the mean average is probably paying the same. Ergo, if you take the little bit that's paying a little bit more and the little bit that's paying a little bit less and you put them together and put them with the middle bit, it's probably the same price. Pointless exercise. You idiots. Go back and do your marketing 101. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Streamlabs is telling me that the draw is over. Let me just go and check. It could be. It was only a 30-minute draw. Let me just refresh see vous play. Yes, indeed it is. Wow. Well, if you missed it, you missed it. Only 13 people have entered today, on top of the members, of course. Of which, 1, 2... Hey, John, good to see you, my friend. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them are members. Come on, you subscribers. You surely want to win. You have a chance to win Horizon Zero Dawn. No. Horizon, the other one. Way out west. Starring Laurel and Stanley. You had a chance to win that. The hell's wrong with you? Oh, well, never mind. Let's get back to the news. We'll paste that in a second. I've got to finish bang on time tonight, guys, because I've got to be out the door to this networking do, and I need to have my plate of heated vegetables before I go. So we'll get that done. Anyway, it'll be good. I mean, it's an update, but it isn't happening until March, so nothing to get overly excited about in the short term. Oh, this is the kind of government I've got, by the way. This has just come up on my screen. Breaking news, all right? This is the kind of government the UK has. UK government to block Scottish bill that makes it easier for people to change their legal gender. What a bunch of beeps. Wow. Why would you do that? Why would you go to the extent of blocking it? Nasty, nasty people. Stadia to unlock Bluetooth capabilities this week. It was quite sweet, to be fair to them. They sort of said they were looking at it, and I genuinely don't know what's involved. Bluetooth was always there. Of course, the way that the controllers used to work is they would bypass... Let me get this right. They would try to go direct to... They bypassed the Chromecast, essentially, or whichever you had, the one with TV or not, and then would go via your router straight to the server to try and reduce the latency. I don't know how special that was, given when you look at GeForce Now these days. They're achieving, to all intents and purposes, I get zero latency. And there's no special. I'm using an Xbox controller or a PS5 DualSense. So, that's just a standard controller. There's nothing special going on. So I'm not sure. I know Luna do a similar thing. I'm thinking that as technology has progressed, it's becoming less and less of a thing. Anyway, they are going to push a firmware, I guess, update which will unlock the Bluetooth capability. So all of those Stadia controllers, which I hope you didn't throw in the bin, are going to be usable for any device that has Bluetooth capability and will recognize a Bluetooth games controller. And of course, don't forget, it has the XABYZ configuration of an Xbox, only less clicky click than an Xbox controller and nicer to hold. So I'm actually going to be using mine predominantly for my Xbox. I think it's a nicer controller. So yeah, see, Adam has like 7 or 8 of them. I know I've got one that I haven't opened over here in a box. It's still cellophane wrapped. I've got 2 up there, so that's 3. I've got another Wasabi in the lounge. That's 4. My daughters have got 1 each. That's 6. And I think I gave 1 to my brother. So I probably had that many. Primo, honestly, it makes me weep. It makes me weep. There's such a horrible bunch of people that we have in government. Horrible, nasty. Everything they do is political. And I mean, they're politicians, they wouldn't they? But, you know, it's all about what can we do to pander to our electorate rather than what's right for people and the country. And we've got 2 more years, technically, of these idiots. Nasty individuals. Rouster bought 2 but got 5 for free. Yeah, they were throwing them around, weren't they? You could sign up for various things, AT&T this and buy a television or laptop and you get them. I'm sure there's a ton in a warehouse somewhere. I wonder if once they've enabled general Bluetooth, they whack them out on sale, because quite honestly, they could sell them at $15, $20 and they're decent. They're really nice controllers. Just have to scrape off the Stadia logo on the button. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's no, I know, you know, I don't share the same political opinions as some. I get that. And it is slightly different, depending where you are in the world, of course. The term conservative can be slightly different wherever you are in the world. But we've got a nasty bunch over here. And then they gave us worms. I mean, thanks, guys, but it's Snake. Why would you do that? Why would you give us Snake? I mean, you could think of all the games they could have given for free. You're not going to be able to play it from next week. Put something amazing on there, you know. Here you go, we're going to give you all FIFA 23 to play for a week. It's like, I don't get it. Oh, it's a gesture, isn't it? And of course, I'm guessing it was probably somebody's 20% project in Google, and it gave them a chance to whack a bunch of names at the end of all those that were employed, you know, within the Stadia bubble. I don't know how many of those were direct employees, how many of them were contractors. You know, I genuinely don't know. I tell you what would have been nice as well, I was thinking, is they would have known who had been the major streamers and content creators over the years. Wouldn't it have been nice to finally have acknowledged us? You know, the John Scars, the Stadia Source, the Stadia Casts, the Helix guys. Wouldn't it have just been nice, you know, to have put a little thing, Chariot, all of us guys, Primo, and, you know, that exclusively did Stadia for the longest time. Wouldn't it have been nice to have just said, and thanks to these guys as well. Sunny, so many. But anyway, there you go. They know in their heart of hearts that we were lovely. Worms was the game they used to test Stadia features. Oh, I didn't know that, Crow, before it was released. Well, there's not much to test on there, is there? I could think they could have come up with them. But there you go, though. There was some historical relevance to it. So that's nice. It's more symbolic than anything. Yeah, I know. It's easy to knock it. I know. And yeah, they would have owned it, as you rightly said, Adam. If they'd used it for internal testing purposes, then they're like, you know what? We've got this game. It's licensed to Google. A bit like that jumping dude when you've got no connection on Google. The dinosaur. It's that kind of a thing, isn't it? And I suppose it's iconic as well. But yeah, it's a shame you're not going to get to play it anywhere else, unless they, of course, put it up on the Google Play Store as an Android game. That would be quite fun. Has anybody played it? Have you guys actually played it for very long? Have you given it any? Have you given it any time? I didn't. The only thing I did, somebody mentioned, might have been Nucro, somebody mentioned check out the credits at the end, and that's all I did. I fired it up and played the credits. Worm game is super addictive. Maybe they'll turn it into a web game. Yeah, I mean, they could though, couldn't they? They could pop it out as a little mobile game or a web-only game. Wouldn't it be nice if you go to Stadia's URL and it just says thanks for the fish and click here to play Worms, and it's like literally a little web game? That'd be a really nice thing, I reckon. Rouster's playing Asterigos. It's great, isn't it? I bought it as well when it came out. I've got to get back to it, actually. I've almost finished Evil West. I am literally 2 levels from the end. Loving that game. I saw so many people warning me about it, saying it's really tough. I gave up on it. The key thing with it is that once you work out what weaponry and what kind of powers you have, you can pretty much take out most of the bosses, and that's what I've been loving it. I've got literally a couple of levels left. In fact, I was going to say, Ant, I rented it. I'd definitely get it on your rental list if you haven't already. Evil West. I'm playing it on PlayStation. I've streamed it twice. I streamed it this morning for me on Twitch. I've got to move it to YouTube, but I put it out. It's about an hour and 40 minutes of gameplay. Love it. Great little game. Great little game. So anyway, that was Worms. It's going to be a sad old week. Is it Monday? Wednesday, pardon me. 3 days time, isn't it? Midnight West Coast, which is going to be approximately, I think, about... Let me have a look. Let's get my old clock thing. Oh, I don't have it set up on here. World clock. I didn't add it yet because I rebuild. I think it's about 2 in the morning UK time. Maybe later. No, it's got to be later than that. 6 or 7 in the morning UK time. You've already rented it. Did you play it for long, Ant? I don't remember seeing you playing it for long. I definitely don't think you finished it. But please beg my pardon if you have done. The team says, play the game that came to Stadia before Stadia came to the world. There you go, Dashi says. Worm Games, a humble title we used to test many of Stadia's features, starting well before 2019. Thank you, Crow. I should have read this ahead of time. Before our 2019 public launch, right through to 2022. Oh, bless. On that basis, oh, bless them. It's quite sweet, actually. I didn't actually see the tweets and stuff they put out, to be fair. We think both these are those still stinging from the shutdown announcement. We admit that nothing is quite a replacement for what Stadia was. But we've got some alternatives for you to check out. This is kind of dosage. Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for the movie, to be honest. Stadia the movie, based on a true story. Black Nut kicks off with 10 new games. Good on you, Black Nut. From Blowfish Studios. They tend to partner with indie studios and then bring their entire catalogue to the platform, which is pretty cool. Infinite Beyond the Mind, Winter Ember, Baseball Riot. It's those kind of level of games, somewhere between indie and mobile quality. Jidge, Skeletal Avenger, Spellspire, Tennis in the Face, Tesla Force. Talking of Tesla, I watched a video over the weekend of a guy using the self-parking features of a half a dozen different cars. He had Audis and he had Beamers and some really like Porsche and all sorts of nice cars, and Tesla, like a real top of the range Tesla. Wow, it was terrible. The thing just couldn't do it. It kept stopping, or it would go in and drive back out again, or it would park halfway on the road. The others were like straight in, tight up against the pavement. Perfect. Wow. Terrible. Anyway, 10 of them, so that's good. HP Omen Gaming Hub integrates GeForce Now. Yeah, that's on their monitors, I believe. We don't need to go and have a look at that, do we? Boostroid passed 3 million active users. Wow, that's awesome. Boostroid, one of the cloud gaming services that we've seen grow significantly over the past year in terms of their reach. And from what I understand, they're a bunch of good guys. They look after the people that support them, and they have an affiliate scheme which pays out quite nicely. Not a lot of people do. The problem I have with affiliate schemes, and I'm not sure if it's the same with these guys, but I mean, for example, I have an Amazon affiliate account. I have had it for the thick end of 10 or 15 years, right? I have never received one red cent from that affiliate account. And yet I know people have bought stuff. Because what they all do is they all go, yeah, we'll give you 15% or, $7 on the whatever. Once you hit $150 or once you hit $500 or whatever the thing is, and nobody ever flipping well does unless you really push hard on it. So Ant says, we're going to go and do the draw in a second, guys. I've got a few levels in, and it's pretty cool. It has the same controls of God of War. But I felt, oh yeah, of course, because you had Ragnarok, didn't you? That's fair enough. I mean, that's the one good thing, of course, about rental, Ant, is that you can rent them again later, can't you? I've done that numerous times. There's games come and I've thought, I like this game, but it's one that I need to invest some time in. And I'd rather send it back, get that one next, which I know I can get done in 20 hours, and then get it later. I've done that a fair bit, or I've gone out and bought it. But I've really enjoyed Evil West. Really, really enjoyed it. Bruce, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you, dude. So what can we learn, says Cloud Dosage? Well, it says, Booster. The page has the following quote. In 2022, the company's customer base exceeded 3 million active users. It's quite important, that term, active. We hear numbers from places like xCloud and they talk about 15 million users or 20 million users, but they don't deliberately use the word active, because it's one thing to set up a free account and another thing to actually use the damn thing. Boostroid expects to have 100 million active users by 2025. It's a long stretch. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love it. I'd love to see anybody in this space be able to achieve that. I mean, that would be amazing. My sense is that they're appealing to potential investors by putting out that kind of a thing. What would you like to achieve in 3 years? Well, we'd like to have 100 million users, yeah. And what would you actually like to achieve in 3 years? So you're going to go from 3 million to 100 million in 3 years. Let's see. And as they say, that's a big amount. GeForce Now and Xbox Cloud Gaming have touted numbers above 20 million user accounts difference, but it's unclear exactly how many of those are active. Boostroid's projection of hitting 100 million users by 25 seems aspirational, but it does have a clear roadmap to be at least available on close to 100 million TVs. See, that's a good point. So here we are, a little source article graphic. They're saying that in 2020 they were on 50,000 devices, 120,000 in 21, 20 million. Let's get this right, by the way. It's able to be installed on 20 million devices, because a lot of these devices, like for example Nvidia Shields, they don't come pre-installed. You've got to go looking for it, and unless you know what Boostroid is and you really, really want it, that ain't going to happen. It's not like it's in the name, is it? Stream your games, oid. 75 million devices, 2023, which is still, it's still less than 100 million. And that would, I suppose arguably, I don't know how many TVs are out there. I don't know how many TVs get sold, television sets, devices, shields, dongles get sold on an annual basis that would hit those kind of numbers. Adam says, I don't feel like any cloud gaming will make money for a while. I don't know. You buy a game, one payment, and every time you play, it costs the cloud service money. Yeah, on the free account, but they're charging you. I mean, what they're charging you for is a bit like an ISP, isn't it, really? They're selling the... They are paying So their costs obviously are the hardware infrastructure. Now, there's a certain level of cost saving for them because they are producing their own cards. They've still got a cost. They're not free. You know, they're producing them. There still has a base cost to that card, and it won't be the kind of cards we're used to seeing. It'll be, potentially a thing with multiple chips. I don't know. Then you've got the rack units, the CPUs, the electricity, then the data costs. The actual internet. That's the bit that's going to cost, and they're paying X pennies per millions of data bits used and stuff. So I don't know. It's difficult to know what those costs look like. I know a lot of these services work off of an 80-20 rule, which is that 80%. It's the same for an all-you-can-eat restaurant. 80% of people that go into the all-you-can-eat restaurant will not eat any more than they could eat at a normal sitting, which is a plate of food. Possibly a beginner, possibly a starter, possibly an afters. Depends on how much of an greedy guts you are. But 80% of people will only eat the basic meal. 20% will go back and eat and back and eat and back and eat, and definitely eat more than you would normally pay in a restaurant. Same for this. 80% of the people that use their service are only going to use it for a couple of hours a week. Those that pay. 20% have got naff all else to do with their day and will sit there for their full 8 hours and come back for more. But most won't, and that's how these things work. Hey David, how are you, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. Right, I think that is going to do us for the news. There probably is some more, but I need to be on time today. I'll have a quick flick through the rest of their news here. THQ Nordic is in the house for GFN Thursday. We covered that off, didn't we? Amazon Luna news, all about, that was all Ubisoft cancelling 3 unknown projects, or unannounced projects, and a delay for Skull and Bones, which we've covered ad infinitum. So I think that's going to do us there, guys. So we'll come away from the simple news, Larry on holiday screen, and we will just have to make sure everything is in place. Oh, I'll tell you what I haven't done before I send you there. I haven't copied the names. Flippin' flip. Where are they? Let's pull them out. Let's pull them in. Let's copy them out. Not many. We'll just quickly copy those. There's only 13. And find the right wheel. Where are you, wheel? Here it is. Right. And I'm going to shuffle like a demon, guys, so that a few of you who have yet to win anything actually get a chance. Don't forget, we have the Horizon Zero Wild West Laurel and Hardy movie with all the trimmings. And I don't know what it is now, 40 odd PC games as well. Okay. Poor old Spectre. You know, Spectre on Friday won the members only draw. I gave him the horror bundle, and one of the codes had already been used. I think I may have used it myself. So I bought him another game, bless him. He said not to worry, but I thought, no, it's rude. Right, that's it. Everybody's in the wheel. So let me just check that's all there. Yeah, that's looking good. We'll hide that and shrink that down. There we are. Good. Okay, guys, let's get your wheel going. Here we are. Woohoo! Spin. Look at that. I've got it coming down on my head. Let's do it quickly. It's the old wheel again. I keep putting the one with music and it keeps removing it. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Here we go. Who's it going to be? I shuffled 5 times. I said I would. Past Ewan, past... Oh, it did a little jump then. How funny. Clive, Phipps, Tracy, Henry, Vet, Crow. Is it going to be Christopher Torres or is it going to be Mist? I think it's going to be Misty 22. I think it is. Could be Big Steve. Is it going to stop? Hey, well done, Miss T. And I love it when they're in the chat as well. That's for me, that's extra bonus, that is. Well done to you. Right, you are a winner. Now let's find out exactly what for. Woohoo! Right, here we go. Well, it's a bit titchy. It's a bit titchy, isn't it? Let me make it bigger. It's a bit too bigger. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Oh no, where's it going? It's all over the place. No. Oh, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Right, here we go, Miss T. We're now gonna spinez-vous les wheelie-vous. You can't hear it because I don't have the thing plugged in. How annoying. I can hear it though. Oh, here it goes. It's slowing down. Murder. Oh, GeForce Now pass. Now here's the thing. I meant to take that out. They told me off. They said I'm not allowed to give them away. So so ignore that. You're not going to get that. We can have a 3-day pass anyway if you want one. I've got a few of those left. Just ask me. But we're not going to do that. That should have been taken. I don't know why. That keeps reverting to all the old stuff. Anyway, it's okay because I'm going to spin it again. Look how close you were to Horizon Zero Dawn Way Out West with Laurel and Stan. Let's do it again. Oh, you can't hear it. And where's this? Well, you can hear music, but you can't hear the music. Anyway, here it comes. All right. Oh, I hope it's Garfield Kart, because that is so much fun. I think it's going to be. That's one of my full price games that I put in. Woohoo! Yay, you get Garfield Kart. It's so much fun. You'll love it. If you like Mario Kart, it's very, very similar. Very, very similar to that. Right, I've written it all down, Miss T. Can you do me a big, big favour? If you're not already on my Discord, can you join and then send me a private message so I know you're there and I will give you the code and you can do your thing. So there you go. Well done. Right, guys, I have got to dash. My time is now on the clock. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Miss T. I know you're going to love Garfield Kart. I have it as well, and I love it. I love playing it. It's literally like a version of Mario Kart, so you'll enjoy that. Thank you, Bruce. Appreciate that, my friend. I'm glad, because I don't think you've ever won, have you, Miss T? I hope we get a few more people that haven't won. I'm going to shuffle like a demon in future. So there we go. Good stuff. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for today. And tomorrow's rock show is going to be a real laugh, as always. The amount of people that say to me, they only watch it because it just brightens their day, makes them laugh. So we'll have more of that tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Right, I'm out of here. Have a fantastic Monday. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Colors and touches as I fall. In this world